Welcome to the Prime Property Finance Podcast with Gareth Morgan and Mark Watts. This unique podcast will dive deep into all areas of property investing finance, going behind the scenes with property professionals, investors and clients. Between us, we have 35 plus years experience in property finance. The podcast has been launched to share knowledge, mindset requirements and experiences of successful investors and professionals. We aim to simplify many of the complicated areas of finance and investing and provide valuable and easy to implement tips. Keep an eye out for our new longer episodes every Tuesday and our shorter ones every Friday. Welcome to the latest episode of the Prime Property Finance Podcast with myself, Gareth Morgan. And this is going to be a little bit different for this episode. This is actually a 3-year anniversary of me taking over Prime Property Finance or Prime Financial Solutions and Mortgages, and just a bit of a recap on what we've done, what we've learned, some of the lessons in quite high level, and some of the things that we've managed to achieve, some of the growth in the company, and just a little bit of a behind the scenes really, so you can see a little bit more, hear a little bit more about what we've been up to. So yeah, here's my lessons, and look forward to catching you soon. Enjoy. Welcome to this episode, and yeah, what an interesting one to prepare for, really. So this is an episode to just share some of what's gone on over the last couple of years since I took over Prime. So Prime Financial Solutions and Mortgages was started in 2017 up in Wigan, outside Manchester, by Richard and Leanne, and sort of they wanted to exit the business, and its timing was right for me to come and take over. So we took over in December 2022, officially the 1st of December. So this is a 3-year anniversary for us. So I can't believe how quickly it's gone. It's been fun. It's been exciting. It's been challenging. There's been sleepless nights. There's been all sorts. And I guess I'm surprised by how quickly it's gone. But I just wanted to take this opportunity really to kind of reflect over the last couple of years to see, where we've come from, what we've achieved, and the things maybe that we haven't achieved, and some of the lessons that we've learned. And yeah, it's just been a good opportunity to reflect and review. And as we come into the end of the year, we're doing a lot of reflection now as we're in autumn and heading into winter and the Christmas period. So kind of, I took over in December 2022, and it was just myself and Leanne. And then, Leanne stayed on for a bit to help with a handover, and she's moved on into a new business venture. We wish her all the best and thank her for her support in getting over the line. And we kind of doubled the business in the first year, and then we doubled the business again in the second year, and the plan was to double the business in the third year. And I think that was quite ambitious to get a triple double, as it were. We grew by about 30% this year, which is much better than it's a great growth, but it's not quite the growth that we wanted. But we take a lot of lessons from that. And I've just kind of scribbled some notes around some of the things that we've done and built since taking over. We've built robust systems and processes to make sure that we deliver and that, we can bring people in and get them up and running quickly, and that we're providing the service that we should in a compliant manner. We've had some feedback that some of the things that in our business that we've got are, there's businesses in much bigger sizes and have been around for a lot longer, don't have some of the systems and processes we have, and people have looked at the inner workings of the business. So that's really reassuring to hear that we're set up in a really good way. We've got good management function, we've got good dashboards, we've got good reporting information, we've got a real good structure and a great core team and a great advisor team. So we're in a great place, and I'm excited about the future really. So along a part of that process is we had to change CRM systems, and we haven't just done that once, we've done that twice. It was a bit of a painful process. So that's taken up quite a bit of our time in order to do that and get the team on board. But everyone's on board now, and we're really happy with where we are, systems and processes wise, and we just keep continuing and evolving and adapting those as we go along. We've launched plenty of initiatives, both internally and externally with various third parties, and also with the team to encourage growth and support and helping us reach our goals. We've built on and expanded our existing partnerships. We have a number of partnerships with different people within the industry, and those have gone from strength to strength, and we're really pleased with the way those are working at the moment. And hopefully we're adding a lot of value where we can with our experience and expertise. We built a self-employed model. So for brokers who just want to place business, they want to run their own internal business and just want a place to be able to write their business, we've helped them do that. And we've got a number of self-employed advisors who are basically self-sufficient. They create their own leads and they just submit it through Prime Property Finance. And we have great support in helping them. Whilst they're not employees, we help support them grow their own businesses. So that's been great. We've acquired a client bank from from an advisor firm who were looking to retire. We've merged companies with Mark has come on board as a director, and we've merged with UMO. We've rebuilt our website, which is much better than what it was. We've rebranded. We have 5-star Google reviews across the board, which is great. And some of the feedback that some of the guys are getting is fantastic, and it's really great to see. And it's reassuring that our advice is top notch. And ultimately, we have become the go-to specialist in the property investing space. We're renowned now for our advice in BRR, buy, refurbish, refinance. We do talk on stages and on webinars and at networking events, and help new investors learn the process, but also experienced developers level up their investing and getting them the right and best finance for their circumstances. So, and following on from that, one of the things that we kind of decided this year is the launch of this podcast, which has been phenomenal. It's been great to share some of the lessons that we've learned along the way, help people expand their knowledge base. We've had some fantastic guests on, and it's been, we've had some great guests on, and looking forward to expanding that further into 2026. So watch the space there. Like I mentioned, we've been invited to speak on stage at various events. Another real big milestone for us is we were selected by Ying Tan, who's a big name in the mortgage industry, to join the Habito Accelerator program. We were one of 3 firms selected out of 60 applications to join that program. We're probably one of the smallest firms to join, but he was obviously excited by our passion and our vision for the future and our ambitions to grow the business. So it's been really exciting working with Ying and understanding his business and how that works. And like I said, we're very excited to be working with a couple of others on that program, and excited to see where that goes. Other advancements that we've made are really trying to improve our client journey, especially from the investor side of things. So not only internally, but externally. So internally, we've built our own proprietary tech, which makes our teams, our staff, reduces their admin, makes them more efficient, make their lives easier. And we're constantly trying to improve that, and I'm excited to see where that's going, because that's developed really quickly, and that's great. And just making the guys' jobs easier as best as we can. And ultimately, that means we can deliver better client outcomes, which is the aim of the game for us. We've also built a suite. So externally, we've built a suite of calculators for homeowners and landlords and investors to use. They're accessible on our website on primeproperty.finance. And you can create a free account. And as you go in, you can play around with the different calculators. You can use the various things there. And as you use them, you can save them. So because it's a free account, but when you log in, it'll save your previous calculations. So you can play around with those. So if you're interested to go and have a look, jump in there, and we welcome any feedback on those. We also have a sourcing quick tool on our website for bridging finance, commercial finance, and development finance. This means that clients can get a quick quote 24/7, 365 without speaking to us, because sometimes if you're looking at an auction and you just want some figures, you can pump those numbers in and get some accurate costings. So that's helped, and we're seeing a real uptake in that now. People just wanting to grab some figures without having to speak to anyone if they know what they're talking about. And then if they want to book a call with us afterwards, then they can do. And ultimately, everything we're doing is about providing the best service possible. We're trying to level up what we do. We're trying to be better each and every day and provide a better service and experience for our clients. And then, what we're doing then is by trying to improve that service and constantly review on how we improve and get better. For instance, this week we had our team strategy meeting, where we discussed what we've learned this year, what our strengths are, what our weaknesses are, and where we want to put our focus for the year ahead. So, we've made some serious inroads on our 2025 goals. We didn't hit them all, but we've hit quite a few of them, and we've gone over and above on some as well. So it's been a really exciting year. There's been some peaks and troughs in the year. It's probably, like I mentioned, it's been a bit of a slower growth than what we would have anticipated or what we would have wanted, but we've made massive progress, and I'm really excited about 2026 and beyond. And during part of this sort of review process, like I said, as we come to the end of the year, some of the lessons that we learned, and not so much from this year, but over the last couple of years, I think the number one lesson for me from a business perspective is about resilience. I know there's a couple of other people that I know in my network that have gone through some major challenges this year, and the one word looking at from the outside in is resilience. And I think when you own a business, that's the number one skill that you need to develop. I think you go through ups and downs, and you just got to understand you get wins and losses, and things go for you, things go against you, and ultimately you just have to accept that what it is. And I quite liked an analogy that I heard about the Saracens rugby team. They've been a very successful team over the last few years, and they have this mentality where a Monday morning is Monday morning, and it's whether they won on the weekend or they lost on the weekend. They don't come in, if they have a great win on the weekend, they don't come in high-fiving each other. And if they don't come in, and if they have a big loss, they don't come in moping around and everyone's looking sad and feeling sorry for themselves, because ultimately that's in the past. All they can control is what's ahead of them in the week ahead. So I really like that sort of mantra and lesson around, the past is the past. All we can do is focus on what's in front of us. And being in business as an entrepreneur, that lesson around resilience, not many people actually know this, but when I took over the company from Leanne on the 1st of December, as I was re-registering with a lot of the insurance companies and mortgage companies to change the registration because of the change in the FCA registration, I had to re-register with a lot of them. And actually that flagged the review of what's gone on. And unbeknown to Leanne at the time, she'd been subjected to a large insurance fraud to the value of 6 figures. And I had a phone call the day before Christmas Eve from Leanne saying that she'd found out that it was a fraud and the extent of it, and that the police were involved, and it was a pretty messy experience. And I just thought to myself, this business is going to fall apart. I've had it for a couple of weeks. This thing is all unraveled. My business plan over the next 5 years is heavily reliant on key relationships with these key insurers, and that looked like it was going to fall apart. And there were some sleepless nights that Christmas for sure, but I give great credit to Leanne for sticking with me and working our way out of it, and through some support to those people who know they supported me, and I'm very grateful for them for their support and helping me overturn that. And we fought our way hammer and tong to get out of it. There was a lot of work that went into that. There was appeal letters and groveling phone calls and various things, but we worked through it. We got our head down and we managed to trade around it. So I'm very grateful for that. But that was probably one of the most challenging times of my life, where I've moved office, I've moved home, I've moved business. I've taken on a big challenge in taking over the company. And within a couple of weeks, it all felt like it was all going to fall apart. And what we had to do is just get some advice and confide in some support network and got on with it and live to fight another day, as it were. So that was one of the biggest lessons I've had, and I see other people going through similar things, and I'd like to offer my support wherever possible, because business can be a lonely place, and that was a challenging time. And then probably the second lesson is around focus. There's a saying, where focus goes, the energy flows, and I think that's been super important. I'm quite ambitious, and I've got a big vision and vision for the future and where we want to go and where we want to take the company. But we've been a little bit guilty, and Mark and I have spoken about this recently, about not trying to do too much and just try to focus on the things that we need to focus on, and not getting distracted by things outside of that. So our goals for 2026 have become far clearer now, and we're very narrow-minded on what we want to achieve next year, which is great. And it's easy to get caught up with the shiny penny syndrome when other opportunities arise. But when you're clear on where you want to go and you have a plan, then it's far easier to stick to it. And I think one of the lessons around focus is, for other business owners, is how many people don't actually have a business plan, and making sure that by having a business plan, you can revert back to that on a quarterly, review it quarterly, monthly, weekly, and then build out your agenda and your to-do list from that plan, and not from other things that come up and opportunities that appear for you. So focus is a huge one, and I've definitely benefited from being more focused. But there's still work to do there. And then the third one is around culture. From day one, I've really wanted to make sure we built a great culture where people feel like a valued part of the team, in a world that can feel lonely. Sat at a desk and smashing through client work and being on the phone is not necessarily, you're chasing lenders, you're chasing clients, you're chasing solicitors and things. And it can be, whilst you're speaking to people, it can be quite a lonely place to share challenges. And we want people to be valued. We want people to enjoy where they work. And we haven't got it right. We've definitely made some mistakes along the way. I've learned a lot about myself, and going from growing, managing myself and a small team to managing a much bigger team. I've had to grow and evolve as a leader and a manager, and that's been interesting, and that's a change in dynamic, and one we're constantly striving to improve on. And some of the initiatives then we brought in, in terms of, with the team, we have quarterly meetings, and then a quarterly social attached to that, where we can just get out and they become a lot less boozy and a lot more active, to the dismay of some of the team. But we, was conscious that we just spend some time outside of the office where we can, just get in a social gathering and spend some time together. We've introduced daily huddles for the sales team, bi-weekly team meetings for the whole team, so they can share their challenges, so they can get support on those. They can share their wins for inspiration with other team, and some of the transformations from personal stuff and business-wise have been phenomenal. It's been great to be a part of that. And we have a bit of a laugh and a joke, and because financial services has always been seen as quite stuffy, and we certainly aren't that. We're quite relaxed. We want to have fun, but we want to do business at the same time. So, ultimately we believe that if people enjoy their work and they have a great work environment, and that'll carry through to the work that they do with the clients, and then everybody wins. And when it comes to sort of client work, we want to be a crucial part of our clients' power team. We're here to support all of their financial decisions and give them the best possible advice based on their own circumstances, needs, and objectives. And if we can do that, and we can do that well, then we'll be here for a long time. And we hopefully confident that we bring some great value to any conversation that we have. We've got experience as property investors ourselves, and so we can see things through a different lens quite often, and very often we actually tell people not to do deals just as much as we encourage them to get on and do the deal. So, we want people to learn from our mistakes or from other people's mistakes, and we ultimately want them to invest with clarity, with confidence and credibility, and hopefully that's somewhere that we can add value in there. And I'm proud to look back on how far we've come over the last 3 years. But I'm even more excited about the vision and the mission for the next few years and beyond. I try not to get too excited by it, but I'm really excited about the journey we're on. We've got a clear path and a clear vision, and we've got a great core team. We've got some great advisors. We've got a great management team, and I'm very excited, and I love working with them. And ultimately now for us, it's about how we build that brand and grow that even further. So if you're a mortgage advisor, for instance, listening to this, and you want to join a forward-thinking, ambitious, culture-conscious firm, then please get in touch. We'd love to have an opportunity opportunity to talk with you. We are looking to recruit constantly. We've got some ambitious plans, like I said, and we've got to get the right people on board. So if you know any good advisors, if you know any good advisors that might be looking for a new home, then please put them in touch with us. And if you're an investor or someone that's looking to buy their first home and want some advice, then get in touch. Let's jump on a call. Or if you're just a business owner and you're not interested in property and you're happy to be listening to this and you just want to have a chat about something in your business, been around for a little bit now and shared a lot of experiences with other business owners and within the network. And hopefully could help, even if it's just someone on the end of the phone to have a conversation with, to share a problem. So look, I mean, that's just been a quick rundown of where we've been. As Whistle Stop Tour over the last 3 years. I want to say thank you to everyone who's listening to the podcast, because you're only listening to this if you are listening to the podcast. So thank you for your support. Thank you for your support. If you're a client, really means the world to us, being able to really develop and grow the business. Hopefully you've seen that journey along the way. I'm very excited to see what the future holds and navigate the hurdles that comes with changing government, that comes with changing rules and regulations in the economy, with changing interest rates and various things. And all we can do is we'll navigate those as best we can. We'll share those lessons and we'll keep working hard for you to support you on that journey. So thanks very much. Have a great Christmas and New Year. You'll hear plenty more from us going into 2026. But thanks for all your support. Hopefully you enjoyed that episode. Thanks for listening. Something a little bit different. So please let me know what your thoughts are. If you've got any questions or if you've got any comments or feedback. Like I said, if there's anyone who wants to have a chat, then please just drop us a message, and I'm more than happy to have a call. And if we can help in any way, like to help people and share our experience. So if I can help, then please reach out. And if I don't speak to you soon, then we'll see you on the next episode. But as always, if you could like, share and subscribe, really helps us with the podcast. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. We hope you have learned something and have some tips to take away. We'd be very grateful if you enjoyed the show. You could give us a review and share with anyone that you know that may be interested. And of course, subscribe to the show so you can get notified when a new episode is released. If you'd like us to answer any questions or go deeper on a specific topic, please drop us a message at primeproperty.finance. See you on the next episode.